Welcome back to Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. I'm going to apologize in advance because I am filming this episode right after the last one. I haven't had a chance to edit the last one. But I had a quick look at some rules, and I think that as soon as you defeat a villain, you immediately get the reward. So I kind of messed up Ron a little bit in the last episode, but everything worked out the way it should anyway. So that one attack that kind of had been left over from Ron would have been applied to Crabbe and Goyle anyway on Ron's turn. When the influence left the location, that should have happened immediately, so Ron wouldn't have had that attack left over. But it didn't mess up the game at all, I don't think. Without editing, I'll leave notes. So let's begin. We're starting off again with Harry. Harry's sitting at 8 hit points. Ron is at 4, and it's Harry's turn to begin. So we're going to do Harry, Ron. For this episode, Dark Arts card. Game 2, Hand of Glory. Active hero loses 1 health. Add 1 influence to the location. Wow, that is not a nice card. So Harry's going to go from 8 health down to 7. And we're going to add that third influence, dark influence on the Quidditch World Cup. It's back up to 3 again. Excuse me. And now we have to look at the villains. And yes, Tom Riddle is a pain in the backside. For each ally in hand, the active hero chooses one, loses 2 health, or discards a card. If he discards a card, he's going to lose 1 health. Ooh, okay, this is going to work good. So Harry is going to say, you know what, I will, because I have Hedwig, I will choose to lose 2 health, but because he has the invisibility cloak, he can only lose 1 health. So that's pretty cool. So he does not have to lose 2 health. He's only going to lose 1, 7 down to 6. Crabbe and Goyle then, of course, won't trigger because Harry did not have to discard a card. All right, so it's going to be play cards time. All right, so Polyjuice Potion. Ooh, I'm liking it. All right, so Harry is going to play Hedwig, which is choose 1, gain an attack, or gain 2 life. He is going to choose an attack. Then he's going to play the Polyjuice Potion. Choose an ally you played this turn. You may copy the effects of that ally. He's going to copy the effects, giving him another attack. So now he has 2 attack. And he will then, before he plays these cards, he will immediately put the 2 attack on Crabbe and Goyle. That's 5 attack. These guys are immediately defeated. Let's do this in the right order this time. So Crabbe and Goyle defeated. And what does it say for them? All heroes draw a card. So Harry will get to draw a card, which is this one. And I'm just going to give Ron a card over here at his side so I don't forget. So that's been done. All right. Villain defeated, but he doesn't get replaced till the end of the turn. So still Harry's turn. He's going to have 1, 2, 3. He'll have 4 influence, and he'll be able to put an item on top of his deck. So that's 4 influence. The only item out here is the Sorting Hat. And I think he's going to go ahead and spend 4 on it and put it on top of his deck. It's going to gain him 2 influence next turn. You may put allies you acquire on top of your deck instead of in your discard pile. So the Sorting Hat is going to go on top of Harry's deck. And that's going to kind of conclude his turn. So we're going to discard his cards. He spent his 4 influence to get the Sorting Hat. And we're going to replace the card with Essence of Dittany. All right. Gaining 2 health. We need things to gain health in this game. Okay, and at the end of the turn, we've defeated Crabbe and Goyle. So who is coming out next? The Dementor. Ooh, wow. Active hero loses 2 health as an ongoing. That's brutal. But when we defeat them, all heroes gain 2 health and remove 1 influence from the location. 8 hit points, though. So now we have Riddle and the Dementor out. Ouch. All right, up next is going to be Ron. All right, let's get to processing. Ron, the evil Dark Arts card. Game 3, Bellatrix, my favorite. I won't say that. All heroes reveal the top card of their deck. Heroes that reveal a card with a value of 1 or more influence discarded and lose 2 health. Ouch. The top of Harry's deck is 4 because we know he put that on there. If it's 1 or more, you discard it. Oh man, so Harry has to discard his Sorting Hat and lose 2 health. 6 down to 4. That's brutal. All right, let's take a look at the top of Ron's deck. The top of Ron's deck is nothing important. Okay, so what else did this have to say? Anything? Heroes are a top card. One or more. Discard, lose 2 health. Okay, well that's going to just affect Harry, and that was pretty nasty. But that's going to be in that. All right, now we go to the horrible Tom Riddle. Does Ron have any allies in hand? Oh man, he has two allies in hand. So he has a choice. Gain 2. Oh, hang on. Lose 2 health or discard a card for each. So he either has to discard 2 cards, or lose 4 health, or discard 1 card and lose 2 health. Well, I think... what does he want to do? I think he's just going to discard 2 cards. He's going to discard his 2 Alomorhas, which means then he will not have to lose health for that. So this is going to be the cards that he has left. Unfortunately, the next one is active hero loses 2 health. The Dementor is going to smack Ron down for 2, from 4 health down to 2. And now Ron is going to be playing his cards. And unfortunately, my Adobe battery is dying on my camera. So before I get to playing these cards, let me change the battery. I'll come right back and we'll do that. All right, battery replaced. So the first card that Ron will play is the Crystal Ball. Draw 2 cards and then discard any 1 card. So he plays that. We have to remember that. He's going to draw 1 card, Alomorha, and 2 cards. Ooh, the clean sweep. So then he will discard Alomorha because he has to discard 1 card. All right, looks like he's got some pretty good stuff going on here. I'll play Hagrid, which is gain 1 attack. All heroes gain 1 health. So Ron's going to go from 4 to 5. Or sorry, Ron goes from 2 to 3. Harry goes from 4 to 5 health. And that gives Ron 1 attack. Then he's going to play his clean sweep. How many attack can he get? 2, 3, 4, 5. He cannot kill anybody. So I think we're going to do it this way. Ron is going to play the clean sweep, which is gain 1 attack. So that's okay. Then he's going to play Pigwidgeon for 2 health. So he's going to go from 2 health or 3 health up to 5 health. And then he plays the Nimbus 2001 for 2 attack. And if you defeat a villain, well, he's not going to be defeating a villain. So he's able to generate 4 attack. So we look at his card again. If you assign 3 or more attack on your turn, any 1 hero gains 2 health. I think he's going to give the 2 health to Harry, who's going to go from 5 health to up to 7. Now we have to decide how Ron wants to divvy up the damage. Do we want to just get rid of this Dementor? I think the Dementor is the worst offender, so we're going to put all 4 damage from Ron onto that Dementor. That takes him halfway to being knocked out. That's going to be the end of Ron's turn. He had no influence at all because he had to discard cards. But I think he had a pretty good turn. So that ends Ron's turn. Up next, we're going to do Harry, then we'll do Ron, and that will be the end of the episode. All right, back over to Harry. First thing we do, Dark Arts card. Did I not do a Dark Arts card for Ron? I thought I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. If not, I apologize. I'm pretty sure I did. All right. Oh, come on, Dementor's Kiss. All active hero loses 2 health. All other heroes lose 1 health. Okay, well, does Harry have his cloak? Not this time. So Harry's going to lose 2 health, 7 down to 5. Ron's going to go from 5 down to 4 for that. For each ally in hand, we're looking at Tom Riddle. Harry has no allies in hand. Active hero loses 2 health. Well, Harry goes from 5 down to 3. So he got beaten up pretty badly, but now it's play cards time. And what do we got here? Harry can choose to roll any 1 house die. I think he's going to roll Slytherin because I think he wants to try to get some attack. Whoops. And let's see what we can get. And he does get an attack, so that's good. He gets 1 attack. Then he's going to use his Firebolt, which is going to give him another attack. All right, and then he has, what does this one say? Choose one, gain 2 influence, or search your discard pile for an item and put it in your hand. An item and put it in your hand. All right, his discard pile looks like this. So he has Invisibility Cloak, Polyjuice Potion, and he has the Sorting Hat. The Sorting Hat would give him 2 influence, and he could put allies on top of his deck. Does he want to do that? 2, 3, 4. He would be able to do that. So I think he's going to discard this, or search your discard pile for an item and put it in your hand. So he's going to play that and put the Sorting Hat into his hand, which means he's then going to get 2 influence for the Olomorhas. He's going to get 2 influence for the Sorting Hat, and you can put allies on top of your deck instead of the discard pile. So that gets him 4. So he's going to apply the 2 attack to the Dementor, and he's going to spend the 4 on Sybil Trelawney. Draw 2 cards and discard any 1 card. If you discard a spell, gain 2 influence. Draw 2 cards and discard any 1 card. Okay, so that's going to go on top of his deck. So we'll come up next time. That will be then the end of Harry's turn. Going to discard all his cards, drop 5 new cards, of course. Up last for this episode will be Ron. All right, Ron's up last for the episode. Dark Arts card. We hate them. All right, game 4. Oh, I'm sure this is good. All heroes lose a health. Add 1 dark influence to the location. So Ron goes from 4 to 3. And Harry goes from 3 down to 2. And we add a dark influence to the location, which means the location now has 4 on it of 5. All right, now we look at the villains. Any allies in hand, Ron has to make a choice. Ron has no allies in hand, but active hero loses 2 health. Well, Ron's going to go from 3 health down to 1. Ouch, but that didn't knock him out, so that's pretty good. Ron does not have a lot of choice. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 Olomorhas, and he has Quidditch gear. Darn it, we cannot take out the Dementor. Ooh, Quidditch gear is going to give him 1 attack, and he will get back 1 health. He'll go from 1 health up to 2, and then he'll have 4 influence. So 1, 2, 3, 4 influence. Well, he's going to put the 1 attack on the Dementor. 7 of 8 health. Darn it, not enough. Oh man, not enough to take him out. That is brutal, because I think the Dementor is probably going to knock Harry out in the next episode of the first turn. But he has 4 influence, and of course I forgot to replace the card, so we'll do it now. And it's Phileas Flitwick. Gain 1 influence, draw a card, and you roll the, which house is that? Ravenclaw card. Okay, costing 6. 4 influence. I think for Ron, I think he's going to take this card. Incendio, costing 4. Gain an attack, draw a card. Attack is good for Ron because if he can muster 3 attack in 1 round or 1 turn, then he can heal anybody 2. So he's going to purchase that for his 4 influence and discard his cards. He'll be drawing up for his next turn. We're going to replace the Hogwarts card with Dobby. Ooh, this guy is so good. Remove 1 influence from the location, draw a card. We got to get him in play soon. And that, I do believe, is going to conclude our episode for today. So as we sit, we have 4 dark influence on the Quidditch World Cup. The Dementor, 7 damage of 8. Not enough to wipe him off the board. Tom Riddle's still out here unharmed. And things looking, I don't know how we're looking. we have defeated 2 villains, Lucius Malfoy, Crabbe, and Goyle. But we still have, I believe, total 10 more to get rid of. So this series might drag on a little bit long. But I hope you're enjoying it. And so this is Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. Join me next time for the continuation. And really appreciate your subscriptions, likes, and comments. So we'll see you next time.